how do you know how to react to the line? Like
they generally know, the direction that they want the character to go in, and they'll sort of fill you in on what's happening, and sorry, I was reading your note.
Yeah, so was I.
and so they sort of lead you in the right direction and sort of fill in the gaps that aren't there on the page. But yeah,
all right.
That's usually how it works.
So we're going to do something fun and crazy because it's live and they hand me notes and I'm just a puppet up here.
All right.
So both of us are going to actually interview Mark Meer over in Edmonton.
Oh, fantastic.
The voice of MaleShep. So they're not able to do that.
Oh,
just
not yet.
They hand me the note, they interrupt our interview, and yet they're not even ready to make that happen. But
we can chit-chat.
Yeah, we'll chit-chat.
Yeah.
So have you always lived in LA?
No, I'm originally from Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
So what made you want to first get into voice acting?
Well, I'd done, theatrical stuff, and then a few years in, my commercial agent has a voiceover department, and I thought, oh, that seems like a fun thing to get into, and started auditioning.
And then you became a Turian.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now, in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, you can actually play as a Turian. Mm-hmm. So are you excited about that?
I am. Sure.
You're gonna get to see what it's like to not only now I gotta ask though, do you play on Xbox or PS3, PC?
Xbox. Yeah.
Now when you're on Xbox playing multiplayer in Mass Effect,
yes.
Are you gonna actually use the Garrus voice for people and like freak them out? Because I think that would be awesome. If I could do that, I would be all over that.
Yes, absolutely.
You'd be like, Shepard, get over here.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I think that would be cool. You should totally do that. I'm gonna add you as my friend so that we can hopefully game together. And you could like do the Garrus voice.
That's a good idea.
I know. We'll exchange at the end here.
Okay.
What is your favorite line as Garrus?
Oh God, that's so tough.
Is it the calibrating stuff?
Well, I mean,
He's doing that all the time. And those guns need to be fixed.
Yes, absolutely. It has to be the calibrations. There's very few. There's a ton of stuff that I have that's online from other stuff, and you can't go a line or two from a comment from people without a calibration line. So you got to go with the calibrating.
Garrus is the calibration as peanut butter is to jelly.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, well, let's do it. Let's interview Mark Meer, who's live in Edmonton. Mark.
Excellent.
How are you doing?
Hello, Mark.
Hello, how's it going?
Good.
Fantastic.
You guys can hear me okay?
We hear you perfectly. We can't see you, but we can hear you. But don't worry, everybody else can see you, just not us.
Yes.
But they can see you in the monitor over there. It's just a little bit
there you
delay.
are, yes.
Okay.
Now, Mark, we're here with Brandon.
That's cool.
Hello.
So this is interesting.
Hey,
have you ever actually met Mark
No, we've
before?
never met, no.
You've been talking to him for game after game, yet
I
you've
know.
never actually met.
Never met.
No, although we recently recorded a commercial, I think, for GameStop together. I think we were within 15 minutes of each other in a recording booth. So.
That's right. You both were in the GameStop commercial for Mass Effect 3.
That's right. Yes, we were.
You were doing the movie trailer Garrus voice, talking about the fabulous Defender armor and rifle.
Right.
And a hilarious job, by the way, sir. Very nice.
Thank you.
Work.
Thank you.
So, Mark, I got to ask you the question I've been asking kind of all the voice actors who we've been interviewing today. When you started doing Mass Effect 1, did you ever realize and could you ever have possibly imagined that it would blow up to be such a cultural phenomenon? We actually had entertainmentweekly.com put up a thing today saying that this isn't just a video game event that's happening, at midnight tonight. It's a pop culture event. Did you ever imagine this blowing up to being that big?
I have heard it described as a pop culture event. I actually saw an article in Forbes that was talking about Mass Effect 3, and yeah, it's amazing. I always knew it was going to be a quality game. I've worked on a lot of BioWare games, and I was in from the ground floor. Even before I was cast as Shepard, I was working on the game on some Alien sound sets and such. So I knew it was going to be a quality piece of work. I'm extremely pleased that it was so well received. And
Oh, we lost you there for a second.
Armor and carrying NSEP weapons. So hello, you got me?
Yeah, we got you. You're back.
There you go.
We got you back.
So yeah, saying the fans, seeing the stuff that the fans have made, and N7 armor and weapons that could be on screen, that kind of stuff. It's a really cool pop cultural phenomenon to be a part of.
Now, have you ever gamed on Xbox Live?
I don't actually game online because.
That was my next question about Maybe we can
Time to mind
get
your hobbies.
maybe we can get a little game with Fame going though, and twist your arm a little bit and get you to play so that we can have Garrus and Shepard both playing in multiplayer with two people and just totally mess with them by throwing out lines to each other.
Oh, sure, yeah. I'll play as a Borcha too. I can do the Borcha voice.
Sweet. Can we get can we have you say, I know that GameStop would love this, can we just get you to say, I'm Commander Shepard and GameStop is my favorite store on the Citadel?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm Commander Shepard, and GameStop is my favorite store on the Citadel.
There you go.
Sounded pretty good. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
So I
Very
have to admit,
nice.
I've given that endorsement to anyone who's asked for it, so I'm not sure what it's worth.
Would you say that?
I have a lot of favorite things on the Citadel at this point.
Would you say that as your most requested line?
Yeah, that or my catchphrase, I should go.
I should go. Yeah, that's a good
Which,
one.
of course, is Jennifer Hale's catchphrase as well.
It's funny how that works.
Yes.
Now, when you were preparing for the role of Commander Shepard, I'm just curious. I mean, did you kind of go through the same process? I mean, you're sort of the main character of this kind of interactive movie. Did you ever kind of feel like, this is what it's like to be, the Bruce Willis in Die Hard or the, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Conan kind of thing?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, I geeked out on it immediately. Actually, as soon as I found out that Jennifer Hale was cast opposite me as the female version of Commander Shepard, I was already floored because I was a big fan of hers before I got the part. I watch a lot of DC Universe cartoons and stuff. She, of course, does many voices in that, tons of other games. So, yeah, I mean, right from the get-go, it was pretty nerd-tacular for me. And I have to say it's a real honor to get to be Commander Shepard. Of course, it's different from a lot of action roles because Commander Shepard is a character who's completely determined by the player. It can be either sex, any race, a variety of backgrounds, and the personality is completely in the hands of the person controlling him. So it's interesting to play a character that covers that entire spectrum.
I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because I was going to ask you, I mean, how do you prepare for that? I mean, the fact that, there really is no set Commander Shepard. I mean, you can, on one hand, you're going to be, totally Jack Bauer-esque, we'll screw it all for the mission. And on the other hand, you're going to be, really nice and the Paragon route, or you're going to, how do you prepare where there's so many different outcomes?
Supporters in the crowd, I guess. But I'd say, largely we rely on our directors just to sort of keep the dialogue stream separate. And of course, there's going to be dialogue that's shared between both the Paragon and the Renegade. So to a certain extent, you have to keep Commander Shepard on an even keel so that it doesn't seem like there's wild mood swings if you're bouncing back and forth between Paragon and Renegade responses, which some people do. I think actually very few people would play an entirely Paragon or entirely Renegade Shepard, maybe for one playthrough, but for the most part, I think you're going to see, shades of gray within Shepard.
So I know that you guys you weren't ever in the booth together,
No.
but you hear each other's voices all the time.
Right.
So what was that like?
It's interesting. It's funny to see. I see a face and attach it to a voice. It's interesting. Yeah.
I wish I could
Or
see
not
your
see a
face.
face, actually.
See a
Just
face
see a
right there,
camera,
right there.
but occasionally look over there and see a face.
I got a bunch of screens and some BioWare logos on my screen. I'll look you up on IMDb. But it's a lot of fun, getting to work with everyone on Mass Effect. But so there are some people whose careers I've followed. For example, Michael Hogan from Battlestar Galactica. So getting to be in the booth and hear his voice coming through on the headset is fantastic. And of course, it's all going to depend on scheduling and when you happen to lay down your dialogue for the scene. Sometimes you'll have the advantage of everyone else having recorded before you, and so you're going in and you're just reacting to everyone else's voices. It's a performance where you're not having to imagine what the other person is saying. On the other hand, if you're the first person laying down the dialogue, I guess you have the advantage because you're sort of setting the tone for the scene and the other performers are following you.
Right. Yeah. It is helpful, though, I find, to have the other actors already recorded. But yeah, I think usually when I was in there, it was they had Jennifer's voice, I guess, for me to play off of. So it's so much romance involved.
Well, you guys are an item, or could be.
Yeah. Although I don't understand why Mark and I couldn't romance.
Well, maybe let's get some dialogue going between the two.
Occasionally, that's what was recorded, and then I'd have my sexy lines afterwards in response to Mark's lines, and that was interesting.
And then Mark does the I should go.
And then he says, I should go. Yeah.
Or should I?
Or not. Yeah.
Is there anything, Mark, you want to say to all the fans out here in LA who are all behind me?
I hope you enjoy the game. I've enjoyed it. I've actually got a chance to play it. I went into BioWare a couple of weeks ago, and I had to play it for about 4 hours straight, which is, of course, just a drop in the bucket. But I had a great time playing it, so I think you guys will too.
Do you play as Paragon or Renegade?
I generally do 2 playthroughs, and any game that gives you the choice of evil first, I play the evil version first, or in this case, Renegade. And then on my Paragon playthrough, I feel like I'm redeeming myself for all my questionable behavior.
And who do you romance?
Well, you know, I can't say on my playthroughs as I've showed a lot of fidelity. I know some people have remained loyal to their love interest. My Renegade romanced Ashley first, and then the second game I knew she wasn't a playable companion character, so I had a little fling with Jack, and then ended up with Miranda. And my Paragon romanced Liara, same thing. I knew she was, and this was before Lair of the Shadow Broker, so I switched over to Tally. So it's going to be interesting to see what fallout there is for that for my characters in Mass Effect 3.
Well, we have a special guest. Keeps exciting here. We have Jennifer Hale, the voice of Femshep.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. Thanks for being here. It's fantastic.
We are talking to, well, we have Brandon here, Garrus, and we have Mark Meer in Edmonton. You can see Mark on the camera or on the delay over there.
Well,
Hey, Mark, where are you? Yo,
I'm in
Femshep.
He's floating.
I can't see you, but hey.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
to see you, Jen.
How you surviving?
Or
I bet
hear
you I'm
your voice.
warmer than you are.
You can see him and occasionally hear
Oh,
him.
hey. Yes, I can see you. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
I can't see you. You and Brandon both look like a camera.
Okay, no one can ever see me anyway.
But you're so beautiful.
Oh,
This is sort of the battle of the shepherds right here. And Garrus and I we're caught in the middle, man.
we're having a Shep off. Out of our way.
Please, no battling. No battling. The Reapers are the enemy here. Let's keep that in mind.
It is interesting because there's people that would have played this entire game and not would only know one or the other.
That's
You
true.
never really think
That's
about
very
that.
true.
That's true. Although, if you play as Jennifer, you're forced to listen to me as a bunch of aliens anyway. So you can't.
I do appear 1 or 2 other spots in the game, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, and of course, yeah. I think there's a point in 2 where we both actually play a couple of mercs who
Do
get
we?
bumped off very quickly.
Oh, that's so funny. See, you keep track of these details so much better than I do.
Oh, you know.
I have no
I'm a
short-term
bigger nerd
or
than you
long-term
are.
memory for that matter. So everyone's having a good night? Yes! Woo! This is awesome. This is just awesome being under. Okay. I can just talk over your shoulders. Oh, questions?
We'll get to your interview in a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. Back to you guys. I just
But,
wanted to say hi, interrupt.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's back.
See you guys in the
All right. Well, thank you. Mark,
Yes.
really appreciate it. We're going to
Not at all.
switch over here to LA for a second, and then we're going to show Derek what's going on, because it's almost time in midnight in Edmonton, so we need to get over there. So, Mark, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great time. Hope you enjoy the game.
All right.
All right. Brandon,
All
thank you so
right.
much for coming down. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
See you, Brandon. See you, Jen.
Let's walk around here and see who we got in the Los Angeles area.